Hello my friends, welcome to Life Buzz Daily. This is Lady Travel Solo. I'm going to give you an update on England's situation right now and also a comment on the herd immunity strategy. So here's an update on the 55-year-old English Prime Minister's health, Boris Johnson. He was admitted to the St. Thomas Hospital in London on April the 5th, and it was a Sunday. His condition worsened on Monday, and he has been moved to the ICU, intensive care unit in the hospital. Although Boris Johnson is still conscious and has not been ventilated yet, he does require a lot more oxygen intake. He also has a high fever and coughing. So far, he's still able to govern remotely from his hospital bed, but England is prepared to have Mr. Raab, the first Secretary of State, to step in if Boris Johnson's condition continues to worsen to a point that he can no longer lead the country's campaign against the coronavirus. President Donald Trump and the Americans all wish Boris Johnson well. President Trump also asked American drug companies to work with the British Prime Minister to assist in his recovery. So we all wish Boris Johnson a speedy recovery so he could carry out his plans to rid England of the Huawei's 5G. The Huawei 5G is a spy network, I think, for China and has a backdoor through which China has the ability to gain access to the country's defense information, among other confidential data of national significance. So, we hope that Boris Johnson will recover soon and continue on his leadership role as UK's Prime Minister and to deal with China and China's backed company Huawei. Now, another unfortunate news is that Boris Johnson's 32-year-old fiancée Carrie Simons, who is expecting the couple's baby, has been suffering from COVID-19 symptoms. Luckily, Carrie is on the mend now and her condition is improving. So we all wish Carrie and her baby safe and healthy. So as of today, April 7, 2020, 184 countries have confirmed cases of coronavirus. In England, over 55,000 confirmed cases have been noted, and over 6,000 deaths in total, with only 320 people recovered. This is a significant difference in the death numbers, between the death numbers and the recovery cases. This is about, I would say, 20 times more death cases than the number of recovery cases. And this is very staggering. Before I close, I also like to comment on the insanity of purposely allowing people to be infected to develop herd immunity without putting restrictive measures in place to prevent people from being infected in the first place, because coronavirus positive individuals could suffer most severe consequence, and that is death. The UK has approximately 67 million people. You would need around 60% of individuals to be infected to develop herd immunity. That means you need about 40 million people infected out of that 67 million population. If the death rate of the coronavirus infection is 10%, that means 4 million people will die before herd immunity kicks in. If the death rate is 2%, that 800,000 citizens will die before herd immunity kicks in. So my question is, does it make sense to let people be infected and possibly die just for the sake of developing herd immunity when it is not needed? Why do we need herd immunity if death is a possible consequence for many people?